Starting.
Start.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandasya
Jnananjalashalakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa
Swapadantikam.
Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyadishatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhaktarvrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. So, welcome back to the Perfect Questions and Perfect Answers session number 2. Last session, we have completed the first 3 chapters and the introduction. And now, today, let's start with chapter number 4, the 3 modes of nature. Today, I'll play as Bob and my brother plays as Sri Prabhupada. So, yeah, this interview happened in Mayapur, India on February 28th. So, we'll continue with this. Bob, I have read that in life there are 3 gunas: passion, ignorance, and goodness. I was wishing that you would explain this somewhat, especially what is meant by the mode of ignorance and the mode of goodness.
In goodness, you can understand things, knowledge. You can know that there is God, that this world was created by Him, and so many things, actual things. The sun is this, the moon is this. Perfect knowledge. If one has some knowledge, even though it may not be perfect, that is goodness. And in passion, one identifies with this material body and tries to gratify his senses. That is passion. And ignorance is animal life. In ignorance, one does not know what is God, how to become happy, why we are in this world. For example, if you take an animal to the slaughterhouse, it will go willingly. This is ignorance, but a man will protest. If a goat is to be killed after 5 minutes, but you give it a morsel of grass, it is happy because it is eating. That is ignorance.
Being in this modern determines your karma. Is that correct?
Yes, according to the association of the modes of the nature, your activities are being contaminated. Karanam guna sango sangasya sad asad yani jnanesu jnam janmasu. A man gets a higher birth or a lower birth according to the association of the gunas or the modes of the nature.
And what about when somebody helps? So, cheating and things like that, what mode is that?
Cheating is mixed passion and ignorance. Suppose one man cheats another, that means he wants to obtain something. He is passionate. But if he commits murder, he doesn't know that he will have to suffer for it. So it is a mixture of passion and ignorance.
And what about when somebody helps another person?
That is goodness.
Why is that goodness? You said that goodness is when you have knowledge. So helping someone represents knowledge of what?
If he is ignorant and you are trying to enlighten him, that is goodness.
So giving knowledge is goodness.
Yes,
And what about just giving assistance?
that is also goodness.
If a beggar has nothing and you give him alms,
That may be still good, that may still be goodness. But in your Bowery Street, they give someone charity, and immediately he purchases a bottle of wine and drinks and lies down flat. So that is charity, but that is not goodness. That is ignorance.
charity can be ignorance.
There are three kinds of charities: in goodness, passion, and ignorance. Charity in goodness means giving charity where charity must be given, just like this Krishna conscious movement. If anyone gives charity to this movement, that is charity in goodness because it is spreading God consciousness, that is Krishna consciousness. That is charity in goodness. And if one gives charity for some return, that is charity in passion. And if somebody gives charity at an improper place and time without respect, And to an unworthy person, just like a Devauri man, that is charity in ignorance. But Krishna says, Yat karosi yad asmai, yad jueso dadasi yat. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that as an offering to me. If Krishna takes your offering, that is the perfection of charity. Or anyone who is the representative of a Krishna, if he takes it, that is a perfection.
And what kind of charity if when you give food to somebody who's hungry?
Well, that depends on the circumstances. For example, if a doctor has forbidden his patient to take any solid food, and if the patient is asking, "Give me some solids," and if you give him solid foods in charity, then you are not doing good to him. That is ignorance.
Are the devotees beyond accumulating karma? These devotees, do they feel karma? Do they work in these modes? Are they in the mode of goodness?
They are about goodness, Suddha Sattva. The devotees are not in this material world, they are in the spiritual world. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita 14.26. Sorry. Mam chayo vyabhirichena bhakti yogena sevata sogunan samatiyatyan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who eagers in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Devotees are neither in goodness, passion, nor ignorance. They are transcendental to all these qualities.
A devotee is very faithful, reaches the stage.
Yes, you can become a devotee as they have become. It is not difficult. Simply you have to engage yourself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. That's all.
What is the status of service minus devotion?
Hmm, that is not service. That is business. For example, here in Mayapur, we have employed a contractor. That is not service. That is business. Is it, Lord? Sometimes they will advertise our customers are our masters. Is it not? But in spite of this flowery language, our customers are our masters. This is business because nobody is qualified customer unless he pays. But service is not like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays to Krishna. Yat yatha tata va vidatau lampato mat prananatas tu hevi naparaha. You do whatever you like, but still you are my worshipful Lord. That is service. I don't ask any return from you. That is service. When you expect some return, that is business.
I wish to gain some more knowledge of God and be able to feel God's presence more. I feel life has little meaning without this.
Yes, if you misuse this human form of life, then it is a great loss. Human life is a great chance given to the living entity to get out of entanglement of material existence.
I feel thankful that I've been able to ask these questions.
Yes, you can learn more and more. Questions and answers are required. They are beneficial to all. Sutta Goswami says in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.5 Muniya sadhu prastoham bhavadbhir lokamangalam yat krita Krishna samparsano ye yenatma suprasadati. O sages, I have been justly questioned by you. Your questions are worthy because they relate to Lord Krishna and so are relevant to this world welfare. Only questions of this sort are capable of completely satisfying the self. So, questions about Krishna are very good. When you discuss and hear about Krishna, that is Lokamangalam, auspicious for everyone, both the questions and the answers.
I'm attracted to devotional life, but I still have my connections at home. Marriages, I'm engaged.
No, no, no. There are so many marriages. He is married. Marriage is no barrier. I told you that there are four orders of spiritual life: Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. So, after Brahmachari life, one can marry, although it is not obligatory. One may remain Naistika Brahmachari, unmarried for his whole life. but a brahmachari may marry. And after marriage, there is vanaprastha life. This means that one is a little aloof from family. The husband and the wife live separately. At that time, there is no sex life. Then, when he is fully renounced, detached from the family life, he takes sannyasa.
Does the sannyasa forget his wife completely then?
Yes, forgetting is not very difficult. If you try to forget, out of sight, out of mind, just as I have my wife, children, grandchildren, everything, but out of sight, out of mind, that's all. Therefore, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa, everything is nicely arranged by the Vedic system.
Next chapter, chapter 5, Becoming Pure. Thank you so much for allowing me to ask my questions.
That is my mission. People should understand the science of God. Unless we cooperate with the Supreme Lord, our life is baffled. I have given the example many times that a screw which has fallen from a machine has no value. But when the screw is again attached to the machine, it has value. Similarly, we are part and parcel of the God. So without God, what is our value? No value. We should again come back to our position of attachment to God. Then we have value.
I met a young fellow today, came here because he heard that hippies were in Mayapur.
Is Indian?
Yes, he lives nearby and speaks English fairly well. When he was young, he worshipped Kali, a popular demigoddess, every day very rigorously. But when the floods came and the people saw hardships, he lost faith and now he has no religion. He said now finds his happiness in trying to develop love among people. I couldn't think of what to say to him to add God and religion to his life. He said that after he dies, maybe I'll become part of God, maybe not. But he can't worry about it now. He said he has tried various religious experiences, but they didn't work out. So one reason I ask this is because when I go back to America, a lot of people I come across are like this. They see that religion, like his worship of Kali or other kinds of religion they have experienced, doesn't work. And I don't know what to say to them to convince them it's worth trying.
Do not try at this present moment. You first of all become convinced and then try to convince others. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction is that you can improve the welfare of others when your own life is a success. Bharata Bhumite Haila Manushasya Janma Yara Janma Sartaka Kari Karo Para Upakara. First make your life perfect, then try to teach others.
The devotees have told me that without consciousness of Krishna all the time, you cannot be happy, but at times I feel happy.
At times, not always.
Yes.
But if you become Krishna conscious, you will feel happy always.
They implied that you cannot feel happy without Krishna consciousness.
That is a fact. For example, if you are an animal of the land and you are thrown into the water, you cannot be happy in the water in any condition. When you are again taken upon to the land, then you will be happy. Similarly, since we are part and parcel of Krishna, we cannot be happy without acting as a part of parcel of Krishna. The same example as of before. The machine part. Fallen out of machine has no value. But when it is again put into the machine, it has value. We are part of Krishna. We must join Krishna. And you can join Krishna immediately by your consciousness. Simply by thinking, I am Krishna, Krishna is mine, that's all.
We are part of Krishna.
Yes, everything is part and parcel of Krishna because everything is generated by the energy of Krishna and everything is the energy of Krishna.
How I can come to feel closer to God? I come to temple at times and then I leave. I'm not sure how much I take with me.
You have to be purified. It does not take much time. Within 6 months, you will realize your progress. But you have to follow the regulative principles, just as these boys and girls are doing. Then it will be all right.
Yes, I see.
They have no tendency for going to the cinema or a nightclub. No, they have stopped all anarthas, all unnecessary things. The whole human life is meant for purification. Tapodivyam putraka yena sattvam Suddhayet Yasmad Brahma Saukyam Tva Anantam. Lord Rishabdeva says here that we should perform austerities and penances so that we can purify our existence. Sattva means existence and come to the stage of endless transcendental happiness. So if you don't purify your existence, then you will have to change your body from this to that. Sometimes it may be higher, sometimes lower. For example, if you don't cure a disease, it can put you into trouble in so many ways. Similarly, if you don't purify your existence, you will have to transmigrate from one body to another, and there is no guarantee you will get a very comfortable American body. Therefore, it is essential for human being to purify its existence. Unless you purify your existence, you will hanker after happiness but will not always be happy.
When I go to my job in New York, I hope I'll become pure, but I'm sure that I won't become as pure as your devotees here. I don't see myself doing that.
You can do as they are doing. They were not pure in the beginning. Now they are pure. Similarly, you can become pure. For example, in your childhood you were not educated, but now you are educated. If you are serious, you can keep yourself pure anywhere. It doesn't matter whether you stay in America or India, but you must know how to keep yourself pure. That's all.
You mean by following the principles of Krishna consciousness?
Yes, I went to America for instance, but whether in America or India, I am the same man.
I have somewhat tried to follow since I met you the first time last November.
Hmm. But you must strictly follow if you are serious.
Okay, maybe. What I will say now is, well, the most foolish of all I've said, but let me tell you how I feel.
No, 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 not foolish. I don't say you are foolish, but imperfect.
Okay, imperfect, but let me tell you, I feel that right now I admire and respect your devotees, but I don't feel as I'm part of them. Or even that I have a great desire to be part of them. I feel that I want to do what is right, come closer to God. And if I can just go to a better life next time, I'd be satisfied.
Very good.
I guess it's material thinking, but
So you just follow in their footsteps and your desire will be fulfilled. We are training people how to become purified and happy. That is our mission. We want to see everyone happy. Sarve Sukhino Bhavanti. People do not know how to become happy. They do not take the standard path to become happy. They manufacture their own way. That is the difficulty. Therefore, Rishabdeva gave the advice to these sons: my dear boys, just undergo austerity for transcendental realization. Everyone is performing austerity. One boy I know, he had to go to a foreign country to learn commercial management. Now he is well situated. In this way, everyone is undergoing some austerity for temporary material happiness. So why not undergo austerity for permanent happiness? You have to purify your existence and your body. As many times as you accept a material body, you will have to change it. But as soon as you go get a spiritual body, there is no question of change. You already have a spiritual body. Now, due to our material contamination, we are developing in this material body. But if we associate it with spiritual life, then we shall develop a spiritual body. If you put an iron rod within fire, it will become like a fire, is it not?
yes.
And when the iron rod is red hot, you can touch it anywhere and it will burn. It takes on the quality of fire, although it is still iron. Similarly, if you are always keep yourself in Krishna consciousness, your body will become spiritualized and act spiritually, although it is material. No more material demands.
How do I do this?
By the process we are teaching. You have seen these six boys who were initiated today. They are doing it. It is very simple. You have to follow the four restrictive regulations and chant Hare Krishna on these beats. Very easy.
Well, but I follow some of the regulative principles, but not all.
Some means there are only four regulative principles. Some means three or two.
Two or three?
So why not the other one?
No, I mean, I follow one or two I follow now.
Yeah. Why not the other three? What is the difficulty? Which one do you follow?
Well, I'm almost vegetarian, but I eat eggs.
Then that is also not complete.
No, since I saw you last November, I become vegetarian.
Vegetarian is no qualification. The pigeon is vegetarian. The monkey is vegetarian. The most rubbish creature. Most mischievous.
I felt that it was a little bit of progress because it was somewhat difficult at first, then easy.
No, you can stick to all the regulative principles provided you to take the Krishna consciousness process. Otherwise, it is not possible.
Yes, when I'm back in Bihar with my friends and we are sitting in the evening and there's nothing to do but fight mosquitoes, they say, how about smoking some marijuana? And I say, sure, there's nothing else to do. And I sit down and I enjoy myself for the evening. We were doing this every day. We got carried away until we realized we were hurting ourselves and stopped. But still, on occasion, we.
You have to live with us. Then your friends will not ask you again. What about marijuana? Keep the association of devotees. We are opening center to give people a chance to associate with us. Why? Why have we bought so much land in Mayapur? So that those who are seriously desirous of advancing in Krishna consciousness can come live with us. Association is very influential. If you associate with drunkards, you become a drunkard. If you associate with sadhus, you become a sadhu.
He can come and stay with you in Bombay.
Yes, you can stay with us in Bombay, but he wants friends with marijuana. That is the difficulty.
Let me ask you about something else, then maybe I'll come back to this. I find that I think of myself too much, and this way I can't think of God so much. I think of myself in too many places. How can I forget about myself so I can concentrate on other more important things?
As these devotees have done.
I think what you're saying to me is that my path to purity is to become a devotee.
Do you hesitate?
Well, I
Is it very difficult to become a devotee?
for me it is. I don't feel so much the desire. First, the devotees tell me that they have given up material life. These four regulative principles they have explained to me mean giving up material life, and I see, and in place of this, they have
What do you mean by the material life? I'm sitting on this bed. Is it material or spiritual?
material.
Then how have we given up material life?
I think how I interpreted it was a desire for material
What is
things.
material?
Working